Welcome back to the channel. Paul Jamison here. If you're tired of turning this simple, beautiful game into rocket science, then this one is for you. Today, we're breaking down some of the ways we as golfers overcomplicate golf and shoot higher scores because of it, from obsessing over exact pin yardages to trying to smash every par 5 and 2 to aiming at flags we have no business aiming at. So let's stop making golf so complicated. Let's jump into this one and let's go shoot lower scores the easy way.
One big mistake golfers make is they don't know how to use the rangefinder. All they look at is the distance to the pin. So here, my distance to the pin is 127. But caddies who caddy on the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour, they're gonna give their golfer different numbers, like what's it to the front of the green, what's to the back of the green, what's it to clear that bunker. So I'm seeing here, it's 122 to the front of the green, 154 to the back of the green. So I'm gonna take a club that I know I can comfortably hit in that window. So I'm gonna hit a nice little gap wedge here. Again, I'm not always obsessed with what it is to the pin. I wanna know what the window is that I can hit it comfortably to the middle of the green. You don't have to aim at pins, you can just aim at the middle of the green. That should be on the back right side of the green. I push it a little bit. Go, go, go. Parmesan. We're here at a par 5, and you guys have been hating on me in the comments because I'm always talking about laying up on a par 5. So I'm gonna go for it in 2 on this hole and play aggressively, and we're gonna see who gets a lower score. This is my friend Myron. You can't get here in 2.
Not usually, no.
So he's gonna do it.
I'm not gonna go for it in 2 for sure.
So we're gonna see who can score better. You going with the 3-shot strategy and me
Cool, let's do it.
going to 2 shots. You ready?
Let's do it, let's do it.
All right, so if I'm gonna get on in 2, I definitely need to make sure I put my drive in play, so. Yes, sir. All right, so that's a draw in the middle of the fairway. I should have about 200 yards in going for 2.
Little hooky. But it didn't hurt me none.
Yeah. All right, so I forgot to tell you there's a big pond in front of this green. So, Myron, how much do you have to the front of the pond?
About 180.
So he's gonna lay up to 180, and again, we're gonna see who scores better on a par 5. Someone playing course management strategy to hit 3 shots for someone who's aggressive going for it in 2. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna hit a 160-yard shot. I don't even want to be anywhere close to the water. I'll have 150 or less when I'm done, hopefully. That's the plan. Left it out.
all right, so Myron's on the tree line, hitting for his eagle over there, and he's kind of blocked out, but we'll see what decision he makes. And I crushed my drive into the middle of the fairway here. So again, the rookie mistake that a lot of high handicappers make is they're just obsessed with how far am I into the pin. So I do check that, and here I am 211. What I want to look at is how much to the front, which would be 183, how much to the back, which would be 215. If I hit it about 200 yards, that's to the middle of the green. The pin's on the back right of the green, so I'm not even gonna aim at the pin. I'm gonna aim a 200-yard shot to the middle of the green. And in this case, I am gonna go for this par 5 and 2. So I know a lot of times in the comments, you guys make fun of me because I play too conservatively, but in this case, I'm gonna go for it in 2. I'm just gonna try to hit it to the center of green. I'm not gonna chase that pin, because if I miss it to the right of the pin, it could go in the hazard. And my playing opponent, he's in a little bit of trouble over there on the tree line. That is going the center of the green. Yep. So I hit it about 200 yards to the center of the green, putting for eagle.
So I punched out to the fairway because I was over there in the right rough after that last shot. This is my 3rd shot.
4th shot.
4th shot, that's what I meant. 3rd shot, 4th shot, who's counting? Apparently Paul is. This is my 4th shot, and I need to hit it close so I can save my par. It's pretty close.
Oh, wow. Golf shot. He'll have that for a par save after taking his medicine and chipping it. That was a smart play. And I'm playing for eagle. All right, so I got this for eagle. Myron's a pretty good putter, so I'm gonna assume he's probably gonna make his par putt. So I need to 2-putt this to beat him. Come on down. All right, we'll have that for the birdie. Oh, man.
Save my par.
Wow. Nice par, Myron.
Thank you.
All right, now I got this for the hot wing.
Good
Birdie.
Good birdie.
So you can let me know in the comments if it's better to play aggressive and go for 2 or hit it in 3 shots. But that was a great recovery, Myron.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and your birdie was a good birdie too. Okay.
All right, Myron, I'm very curious, your candid thoughts. You got fitted for new clubs. Do you want to go back to your old clubs or you like your new ones?
There are days I want to go back to my old clubs for sure.
Okay, so tell everyone about approximately how much money did you spend? What was that process like getting fitted for
It
clubs?
took about 4 hours. It ended up costing right at $7,000 for 4 wedges, including the pigeon wedge, and then down through 4 iron, and then a hybrid, 3 wood, and a driver. And it cost me about $7,000.
So if somebody's on the fence and like, I want to become a better golfer, do you think getting fitted for clubs would help them gain any strokes or lower their handicap at all, or is it just a waste of money?
I don't think it's a waste of money, but I also don't think it'll help them lower their handicap. I think they need to lower their handicap and then go get the new clubs. That's what I would recommend after going through that process.
Okay. And I don't know any other golfer that's invested more in getting better than you, because you just got a golf simulator. Do you mind telling us about this?
Yeah, I got a $128,000 golf simulator put in one of the bedrooms in my house, and so I get to practice every day now. It's great.
All right. And it's paying off. That was an impressive par.
Thank you.
Now, I want to piggyback off what Myron was saying about how he invested a bunch of money on club fittings, new clubs, even a simulator. On my channel, back on the archives, there's actually video of me getting fitted for new clubs. There's video of me getting a lesson, which I think is very valuable. And so I'm all about investing money in to become a better golfer, but that does not guarantee results whatsoever. Practicing our game from 100 yards and in is what's going to move the needle the most to lower our scores and lower our handicap. So I just want to be very transparent that I do invest in newer clubs, in things that can potentially help get my game better, but that nice new 7-iron doesn't automatically mean next time I go out and play golf, I'm going to lower my scores. But I learned this from a psychology coach. Preparation breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. So if we prepare practicing our bunker shots of hitting those on the green, practicing our chipping so we don't double chip, practicing our 4-footers so when we're out on the course and we're nervous, we have a 3 or 4 footer, we have prepared for that moment so we can be confident and thus make the putt. If we would invest the time in practicing our bunker play, practicing our chipping, practicing our putting, that's what's really going to move the needle to lower our scores. Okay, I just got to a par 3. I don't even care where the pin is. I'm literally going to aim at the middle of the green. So that's my tip. It's actually 168 yards, which it's difficult for me to be that precise from that far away. But don't always aim at the pin. I might aim at the pin if I'm like 40 or 50 yards out, but from 168 yards, I'm literally, my mission here is to try to hit it to the middle of the green. And I pulled it left, and that's going into the bunker. Executing the shot's different than the game plan, so I pulled it there, but the point is to try to aim to the middle of the green. So I actually carried over the bunker, and it hit that downslope, so it came all the way over here. But this is a great time to talk about my principle of no double chipping. What no double chips means is that I don't want my next shot to be a chip. I want my next shot to be a putt. All I'm measuring success on this shot is that I get it on the green, so my next shot is a putt. I don't want my next shot to be a chip. Get down. Get down. Did it stay on the green? Okay, I'm gonna putt that. But ideally, whenever I'm playing around the golf, I don't want to do double chips where I chip it and then have to chip it again like Myron just did. So one gigantic mistake that golfers make is when they're on the fringe, they chip it. If you would chip this 10 times and take your worst chip, and you would putt it 10 times and take your worst putt, I guarantee you the worst putt would still be better than the worst chip. The only time I would ever chip it on the fringe is if there's like a sprinkler head in my way, or if the fringe at some raggedy course was really tall grass. But in this case, I'm gonna take my putter and just try to get a nice 2-putt. Sometimes you play with guys that have big ball marks that stop your ball, but nevertheless, when you're on the fringe, I would putt it and not chip it. See if we can clean this up. It's uphill, so you just got to make sure you get it there. Bogey. Thank you. Now, another simple way to lower our scores, and I know I've said this on the channel a lot, but it's not just banging balls at the driving range, but it's practicing on the short game facility or the practice green. Here's what's absolutely crazy. At the golf course right now, there's 7 golfers right now who are banging balls on the driving range. I was just at the practice green. I'm gonna go back over there. There's literally 0. Goose egg. Nobody's working on their putting or chipping, but everybody's out here banging balls at the range. And so I'm not against the range. I personally have a routine where I like to warm up at the driving range before my round. But what's crazy is everyone that's at the range right now, if they would invest that same amount of time doing good quality putting drills and chipping drills and working out of the bunker, that's what's going to, I keep saying move the needle, but that's really what's going to lower our scores. Beautiful practice green. This is called Tampa Palms, and there's a bunker right over there. So there's a practice sand bunker. There's a beautiful green. You can chip. Some places you go, there's signs that say no chipping. Chip away over here. Practice from the bunker over here. Literally absolutely empty. Whereas the driving range, it's hard to find a bay because everyone just practices there. Personally, I got to get better out of the bunker. I got to get better chipping. I got to get better putting, and I think that's the story for most of us. So stay tuned. In a future video, I'll actually share some tips on how, when we do practice, not if, when we do practice our short game, how I can do it effectively. But in the meantime, in between time, thanks for hanging out with us in today's video. I hope these tips will help you lower your scores next time you're out golfing. Appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.